Good evening, everybody. We are back with another Pokemon Unite Lotus League match. We got the United Hashiras versus TR. Bands already in progress. Looks like they're going to open up with a Zapdos band here. Zapdos is a very powerful Pokemon. Strong in the mid range. Oppressive early game, especially in lane. Good to get it off the board right now. Next band here, we're going to have a Sir Fetchington, another strong top laner. Can get set up real early. Those crits add up very quickly, and it goes towards his levels. Another interesting ban here, we're going to have a Mega Gyarados, Mega Gary here being banned. That hasn't happened in quite some time since the Mega meta. We're now in attacker meta. We're back in attacker meta. So it's surprising to see a Mega Gyarados banned. Target ban, perhaps. Following that, we got Umbreon. Umbreon's another strong pick. It is a defender and a supporter, all wrapped up into one. So it's good to get it off the board here. Following that, we're going to have Mega Lucario here. Another Mega ban. The only one left is Mega Charizard, but looks like that one is left on the board. We got Psyduck. Psyduck has been put through. That is usually the ban here. Psyduck and Blastoise are available. And we're going to be able to see them both. Actually, yeah. Blastoise with a Suicune. That is very, very strong mid-range game that they're setting up here over at TR. How will Hashiras rebuttal? I do see a Moltres here. That has not been banned, and it is legal for this week and beyond. So let's see what they can do with Moltres. Following the Moltres pick, we've got, it looks like it's going to be Venusaur and an all-arounder of some sorts. So it looks like they're going to finalize on Palmont. This is a very bulky brawler. It just wants to fight, and it's going to be able to do that, especially with Suicune and Blastoise backing it up. A lot of mid-range control here. Let's see how the Hashiras rebuttal. We're going to see some Dhelmise gameplay. That is a rare treat. It seems like only the Hashiras are the only ones playing Dhelmise. You don't really see that mon too often. And then we got Spicy Happy on Cinderace. Cinderace with some good buffs on its boosted and on Ember. Its early game is much better. It needed it too. We're going to have TR finalizing. Their final pick is going to be Garchomp. This mob definitely needs to be set up early. I expect to see it perhaps as a jungler? Or, no, I'd imagine it's going to be top lane, trying to get whatever it can't get done there. And I'd like to see Palmon as the jungler here. Suicune and... Actually, sorry. Blastoise and Venusaur are going to head to the bottom. But over on Hashira's side, Psyduck and Wigglytuff. Double support here. They're going to be foregoing the tank role, but Wigglytuff and Psyduck fulfills that role just nicely. Final preparations here. 10 seconds left. We're going to see how this thing plays out. Matches are set. Everyone's got their items and builds ready. All that's left is to execute. Back at O's lead, let's get started. All right, we're gonna have Sayai head to the top with Delmise. Let's see what havoc they can wreak up here over at top. Down towards the bottom, we're gonna have our Moltres here with Wigglytuff, or in this case, the Jigglypuff. They're gonna be going up against, oh, the Kanto starters, Squirtle and Bulbasaur. Secure's already going to mostly Bulbasaur. Squirtle's taking major damage here. He's gonna have to back up. O's getting KO'd outright. Back over here up top, we're gonna have Garchomp and Suicune holding down the top lane. Psyduck just missing the Secure there. It's gonna fall to Gible. Cinderace is already here, already creating space and controlling the pace for his team. And getting these Secures. Palmon's gonna have to hurry up to the top. TR's taking a lot of entry damage before the 850s even begins. Here comes Palmon coming in. Psyduck passive just bailing it out. It's almost time for 850. It's about 1 second away, and TR's already taking a space here. Yep, and those are Secures. Yep, they're gonna take the level lead here. I'm gonna have both the junglers here head towards the center. Getting these Xatu, getting these Baltoy, getting some extra experience. Hopefully we get Suicune to level 5 very soon. Back towards the bottom here. Everything's returning to neutral. Waiting for more farm to spawn up. It should spawn very shortly. Yep, there it is. We have Ivysaur at level 5. It's going to be able to get Sludge Bomb. It's now activated. Venusaur is going to get Solar Beam. Moltres is a little far behind along with Wigglytuff. Yep, they just reached level 5. But Ivysaur is about to reach level 6. It is now time for Regidrago. Let's see who shows up here. Looks like we're going to have Moltres ripping away at this objective. Palmon's going towards the bottom here. KOing Wigglytuff. TR takes full control of Regidrago here. Cinderace is coming back from the top to contest things, helping out Moltres. Moltres taking major damage. There is the Blaze Kick. Wartortle's gonna have to back up here, leaving Ivysaur also to back up. We gotta have Crosshand TV fighting and securing Regidrago. Back towards the top. We have Cinderace holding down tier 1, but it is now time for 720Bs. We got the Dragon Rush from Gabite here, securing all this farm. It's getting nice and healthy here. Cinderace is almost level 9, but taking major damage from the Dragon Rush and Dragon Claw combo. Yep, looks like both teams want to fight for this top objective. Top objective is Registeel, a very powerful one. Whoever gets this buff is up in attack and special attack. Always needed. There is the Palmon ult, followed by a Cinderace, so major damage here. Cinderace is coming in to back up his team. Singling out the Suicune. There it is, KO for Cinderace. Double KO. Palmon's trying to take out Delmise. Cinderace breaks the goal. Now it's going to be a one-on-one. Both junglers are fighting here. Major damage. Psyduck misses a Psychic, but it doesn't matter. Cinderace with the KO. All right, and there is the Registeel here, being sealed away. All the way out Suicune here. Psychic trying to face them out. And there is the Secure. Score is 95 to 85. It is Hashiras' favor. Back towards the bottom here, we have Solar Beam Venusaur holding on the pad. There is the Sludge Bomb. There is the ult combo. That is major damage there. Out goes Wigglytuff. Yep, there it is. Morph, Bees, or Altaria, and yep, there it is. More Secure for TR. Yep, everyone is following in. There's going to be another push for tier 1. Hashiras on the defense. There's the Blastoise ult. There's the Cinderace ult. Major damage. Can we get a Solar Beam? Nope. That goes Venusaur. Palmon scoring a 35 on a 5. That is a 30 overcap. Yep, Hashiras are forced to retreat, but not taking out Wigglytuff first. Oh, there is the Dragon Combo. There goes Yumi on Moltres. Down she goes. KO. All right. Back at the top here, or at center. There is no farm available. Gonna have Delmise over here getting some more bees, getting some more levels. It's currently a level 9. It is on pace. Looks like a play is being made towards the bottom here. Yep, we got the Garchomp. Splashing away. Slash, slash, slash. Solar Beam secure. Well, there is secure, all right. Here's going to make a push towards tier 2. All right, Hashiras are on the defense. We're going to have some people pull away towards the top. Top is very vulnerable right now as everyone makes their way over. They're waiting in jungle. Ah, they don't quite know where they are right now. They are lying in wait. Messing with expectations. Looks like they're actually going to make a push for top after all. It's time to score. They're currently understaffed. All right, Hashiras are here, and now it's time to make some plays. There is the Hydro Cannon on Cinderace. It's taking major damage here. Garchomp's on the scene. Out goes Cinderace. Next on the chopping block is Psyduck. Down she goes, and down goes Yumi. Triple KO. And a 9 score to boot. Yep, Garchomp taking major damage here. This thing's not going to come in time. Yep, just a little too slow here. He's going to back up towards his Reggie Ice objective. There is the secure. It is currently 320. The score is 140 to 223. TR's favor. This is game 1, and it's very exciting. Both teams are just going to farm here. Everything's settling down. There's a lot of farm available. Psyduck's going to be accompanying Moltres to get some shared experience here. Much needed experience. A little bit down below, we have Blastoise getting vision for the team. Up top, we have Suicune getting more of that farm over there. Garchomp might join in. We have Psyduck trying to get some vision here. Cinderace is lying in wait, and it's going to begin basic attacking. For pressure, there's that Solomon. You can't stand there. Oh, yeah. TR definitely has a range advantage due to Solar Beam Venusaur. It is keeping them out. And it's about 225. They're going to get this Regieleki and make their way over towards center. All right. 10 seconds remains. There is the hook on Blastoise. It's going to have to surf away. It wants to maintain itself. There is a huge Dragon Rush from Garchomp, and it's going to ult in. Yep. Cinderace ejects over the wall, but it gets topped by Garchomp. There's no escape. Oh, there's the Suicune ult. It managed. It was holding it, and it used it right on time. 4-piece for Garchomp. Can we get a quad? Can we get a triple KO? Nope. Suicune gets it. All right, things reset. Everyone has used ult. Now it's time for a refight. Hashiras is on the hot seat. They have to make a play. They are behind. Suicune just spacing people out of the Growlithe pit, sorry. And, yeah, major damage here. A lot of entry damage. There's the Solar Beams. Yep, there it is. There's that range advantage we talked about earlier. Garchomp's holding down top for vision. Wigglytuff all by itself here. No follow-up. Yeah, Hashiras, you're going to have to make a play soon. There's 1 minute remains. There is the Whirlpool. There is the Solar Beam. It's a knife for another refight. Yep, and another clear. Another pensive for TR. Yep, game 1 is all but over. Game 1 going to TR, and now they're just scoring as a formality. Strong game by TR. They definitely won at draft. Hashiras didn't really have an answer for all this range, the damage that they had to deal with. A Speedster would have been a good pick, or at least a strong enough diver. They didn't quite have that. The best diver that they actually had was Moltres and technically Cinderace with Blaze Kick. Hashira picking up some KOs, but it is a moot point. TR taking game 1. All right. Final score is 140 Hashiras, 621 TR. Let's check out these numbers. All right. MVP is Palmont, Crosshand TTV, 134 points scored, 12 KOs, and 11 assists. Those are some handsome stats. 89 overall rating. Good stuff to this guy. He was brawling all up in their face, and they didn't really have an answer for it. He went in and got those shields and was able to keep fighting forever. And supported by Whirlpool, Ice Beam, Suicune, and Surf Blastoise, along with a Dragon Rush, Dragon Claw, Garchomp with a Solar Beam Venusaur. These guys had all the coverage they needed. Checking out some outstanding numbers in the battle data. Yep, these are about the numbers I expected. Mainly Cinderace was the damage dealer for Hashiras. They're going to need some more pressure. Let's see how they adapt in game 2. One moment, we're having a technical difficulty here. The screen keeps cutting out. I'm gonna check this out real quick. One moment. All right, we are back. Looks like the screen cut back in. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Hashiras are gonna like to take second pick and stay on the ground on map. Both teams are ready. Let's get started. All right, back to the banning phase. I wonder what Hashiras should ban. I mean, they let Suicune, Blastoise go. That mid-range was under the firm control of TR. So I wouldn't be surprised if, yep, there it is. There is a Suicune ban. I totally agree with it. TR not liking the idea of surrendering the mid-range, and there goes the Zapdos ban. Followed by Mega Lucario and a Cinderace man. Wait, no, it's gonna be someone else. It's going to be Umbreon once again. Hashiras have second pick, so they don't want to give him Psyduck, so this is understandable. That means Blastoise is available. Who's going to take it? All right, it looks like it's going to be TR's own Walt taking over on Blastoise. And he's got his hard hat too and Rocky helmet. Interesting choice. It is a defender item after all, and that's a defender. So, match made in heaven in my opinion. I'm more of a cooldown Blastoise build myself. Back over at the Hashiras, we got Umi on Venusaur, perhaps Beamosaur, Sludge Bomb, Solar Beam, accompanied by Muddy Water, perhaps Vaporeon. Following this, we got TR back on their attacker grind in Greninja. Greninja, one of the attackers, also buffed in the previous patch. Smokescreen getting a major buff. Hopefully we're going to see a Smokescreen Surf gameplay. And accompanying that, we got Mod Champion. He's going to win this game with his 4 arms. We're going to have Spicy Happy for the Hashiras on Glaceon. Haven't seen this one much lately. Let's see what they can do. Following this, we're going to have a supporter in Blissey. Strong picks all around. So, back at TR, they got some late scalers. Maybe they can pick some early scalers to kind of balance it out. There looks like they might settle on an attacker, a second attacker here. No, wait, it's going to be an all-rounder. Let's see what they choose. They get 2 more picks, and these are going to be the last 2. Looks like they're going to settle on Aegislash and Dragapult. This is an interesting combination TR is cooking up with. Somebody cooked here. Last pick going to the Hashiras. Will it be a Metagross? They could use an all-arounder. But a Speedster might not be a bad idea. There's a couple of attackers on the other side. No, they're going to stick with the Delmise. All right, looking at its composition over at TR. They control the mid-range with Blastoise and Aegislash pretty well. The champ is there as a gap closer with submission if it's running that moveset. Greninja can also gap close if it needs to with its ult and Smokescreen. And Dragapult can play off angles with what it wants with Dragon Dance. Over at the Hashiras, they currently got the range advantage in Glaceon and Venusaur. And they got plenty of frontline too with Vaporeon, Blissey, and Delmise. Yes, the Hashiras definitely have more frontline control and range. And we got TR on gap closers and brawlers. Looks like we got another break here. This is an interesting development. I'm trying out a new software to cast these games, so bear with me when I try to figure this one out. Yep, here we go. It's cutting back on. All right, we got 2 Eevees at the bottom, Glaceon and Vaporeon. They're gonna fight off against just a Froakie here. There is a double invade happening in progress. This Bulbasaur is in major danger. It is a 2-on-2. It just narrowly escapes getting the blue buff. TR's gonna have to make their escape. All right. We got 2 EVs online. They've reached level 4. What? Machop with the karate chop, securing that piece of farm. Back towards the top. We got Delmise trying to get some levels here, and oh! There is a Dragapult here sneaking on in. It is a Phantom Force Dragapult. Back towards the bottom here. Looks like Ivysaur rotated towards the bottom and was able to win this objective here, or sorry, win the farm. Back at the center though. Yep. Oh, here's gonna go to Wartortle here. Wartortle just lying in wait. Time for another invade, and Machop, it got the signal. It's on its way. Yep, another 2-on-2 situation. They're gonna have to defend this jungle here. But Choke gets it. It has reached level 5. While doing the sacrifice play, almost getting the Ivysaur outright. Got Delmise with the KO over there. It is 8 minutes. It's time for Regidrago. Looks like Glaceon is ready to start dealing with it. It is Icicle Spearing away. It's about to secure it soon. Delmise revealing its position early. And there is a secure with Glaceon. Oh, but Choke just missing the submission, and it paid for it dearly. Hashiras on an attack on tier 1. Looks like they're trying to get some scores in. With the eye on a prize, going straight for damage and KOs. Get that out of the way. Some good scores there. The bottom pad is not broken yet. They don't want to surrender all this farm that's available. Yep. TR is massively outrange, and it's showing. They pretty much took a page out of TR's book from game 1. Yep, there goes the Aegislash. All right, we gotta have Dragapult and company working its way down from the Phantom Force. Hey, oh, on Glaceon, that was super fast. It's just Dragapult here getting major damage. No one here to contest it either. It secured the Regieleki. Now it's gonna walk up to tier 1. Hashiras back on the defense. There is the Ivysaur ult, major damage on Wartortle. Down goes the Aegislash. The defense is now holding strong. Backup is here. We got supportive fire. The Choke just spinning its wheels. They can't really defend that pad, but Blastoise can. There's a submission. There's a sacrificial submission. Dragapulting away. Major damage, but they can't hold it. They pour in with the overcap. Delmise stealing the farm here from so far away. It anchored it. Good stuff. It might look to anchor it again. Yep, give me this red buff too. I'd love to have it. Looks like Dragapult gets it this time though. Hashiras making their way towards the top here. Yep, there goes that Greninja ult. Yep, but Choke trying to get its levels. It wants to become a Machamp. Soul Bleem already happened. It can't happen again right now. It's on cooldown. They got Dragapult trying to get its attack stats. There goes an KO on the Aegislash. Looks like we're going to have Glaceon on top for the top Reggie. And Greninja's back capping 40 here at the bottom. Major points. Yep, only Vaporeon is here defending it. Regirock has been secured by Glaceon. Looks like... Alright. TR's going to get this Regieleki very quickly. And we're going to have Hashiras on the defense. That Chap Gap closing his way in, whipping an ult there. Major damage for the with the Venusaur ult. But Regieleki breaks the pad, but that's a part of the plan here. But it's just gonna have to back off. Cajun Slash can't quite do it, doesn't have the damage for it. And down goes Greninja. Hashiras is gonna comb through the enemy jungle here to see what they can take. But everything's already been taken. Dragapult remembers what happened last time, and yep, that's what happened last time with the blue buff, but now it's the red buff. Good stuff to Yoshi Crafter. The champ on its way over, using the submission speed boost. Let's see what he can find. Let's see what he can catch. Vaporeon providing excellent vision for their team. Yeah, but champ found him. There's that surf with Greninja ult, but Vaporeon's gonna have to ult in exchange. KO on both the Blastoise. Yep, just the Blastoise. There's the Solar Beam. Pulls one shot. Gonna have to back up here. Vaporeon can't quite the KO there. It's gonna have to disappear into the night. Or farm here for Vaporeon. There's its reward. We're gonna have Aegislash and Co head towards the top here. Oh, they gotta fight for some farm. They're gonna start a team fight over here up top. TR is on its way. There's a submission there. They don't care for the Soul Beam very much. There's a surf, but there's another Soul Beam. Major damage. Down goes Aegislash. It's just not his game now. Another Solar Beam. There's the Phantom Force. Down goes Venusaur. Triple KO for the Dragapult. It's got its kill stacks. It's doing major damage. It's already level 14. Oh yeah, a high scaling Dragapult's very difficult to deal with. All right, it's time for Groudon. Who's gonna make the first move? We have Greninja playing an off angle, as well as Venusaur in the back. Something's gotta give, and it's gonna happen soon. There is the surf in. It's time to ult. Hydro Cannon. Greninja going to dive in the back line. All the attackers are left. Major damage here. Good work on taking out the Venusaur, but it costed you 2 members. It is a stalemate, and Hashiras are going to have to start ripping it with or without the Venusaur for the secure. Greninja has ulted it, so it can't rely on that. Dragapult's just trying to get some damage in. There it is, picking up a double KO there. There's another Surf from Blastoise walling out the team. There is a Venusaur ult, but it's not enough. It's being surfed away. Dragapult's in danger. Oh no, it got the KO. Who gets it secured? Aegislash gets it secure. It's not looking good for the Hashiras. There's only 1 member left. And time's running out. The score gap has been broken. It is 213 to 282, sorry. TR's favor. They technically don't have to score anymore. They just have to play some defense for the next 30 seconds. They won't have Venusaur left. These are still out for another 9 seconds here. Hashiras are just going to have to make a play, but if they do that, there's going to be some backcapping happening. It's just going to be a stalemate. Yep, there's the 50 right there, which means it's actually 100. Yep. Game 2 going to TR. They were struggling at the beginning due to the range advantage, but when Dragapult got online, that flipped the game state once again. Final score is 213 to 556. TR's favor. 2-0 ahead in the set. Yep. MVP is Blundy. 13 KOs, 4 assists, 83 overall rating. Excellent stuff. And it's got the damage numbers to back it up, I assume. Yep, 80K. That's a lot of damage. But let's not forget, we got Spicy Happy with a 90k. Actually doing more damage. Those solar beams were no joke. It's just that when it came to the ground on fight, he got double dived. That Greninja had its eye on a prize. You're not going to snipe my teammates for free, not while I'm around. Take this. Water style. Water Shuriken Jutsu. Alright. Hashiras are going to have to go back to the drawing board if they want to stay competitive in this set. They're going to have to move on to game 3. Checking out the chat here real quick. We got Professor Scam Unite saying TR quadruple scaling second game in a row. Yep, you're absolutely right. And it worked out for the second game in a row. Let's see. Let's get these picks underway. Well, Hashiras are going to take second pick and stay on ground on, and they are ready. We're just going to wait for the go-ahead from TR. So the range advantage was definitely working for Hashiras. They had good range. They had good front line. I would like to see a speedster to kind of deal with the attackers from the other team, but we'll see what happens. Both teams are ready, so we're going to be able to get started here right away. Back again, once again, to the banning phase. Let's see what these bans are this time. We're going to have Surf Edge in ban jail, looks like permanently for this set. Let's see what follows. There is a Suicune ban. Suicune's such a mid-range menace. Once it's buffed, it's just going to ban jail. And Umbreon's going to be there with it. Looks like there's going to be the same bans as before. There's the Mega Lucario. Yeah, I'd agree the bans can more or less stay the same. Nothing was too outrageous. Maybe ban the Blastoise, I don't know. Who knows? If they ban Psyduck, they get Blastoise. If they ban Blastoise, they get Psyduck. So your hands are kind of tied here. TR doing the smart thing and taking the Venusaur. Venusaur is a wonderful ranged attacker. Solar Beam hurts, man, especially with that 50% defense, special defense reduction from Sludge Bomb. We're going to have the Hashiras taking a double defender composition. We have Blastoise, we have Vaporeon. Back to TR. And it looks like they're going to go back to controlling the mid-range and the far range. There's the Blissey. And it looks like that's going to be the Mamo secured for the team. Mamo is a late scaler, but its early game is just so good. It is so good. Very oppressive too, especially when it invades. Mamo's such a very good mom. I see that Walt was considering of the Floatstone on the Blissey and an experience here. Perhaps an invade is in order. We're going to have to wait and see. There's Yoshi Crafter on the Mimikyu here. Mimikyu is a wonderful all-rounder. It can move in and out with Shadow Sneaks and maintain its health with the intangibility from Play Rough. And just chain it over and over and over again. We also have Umi on Delphox, the mid-range menace herself with perhaps a Fire Spin. Anything to disrupt that that Blissey and Mamo combination. Rounding out the team for TR, we're going to have Palmont and Buzzwole. This team wants to brawl. This is pretty much a protect the president composition. Everyone's in front of the Venusaur brawling, and Venusaur's laying down massive suppressive fire. Final pick over at United Hashiras is going to be Cinderace. That is a good choice, but again, one team just always has the flat out range advantage. Looks like they're gonna have to really rely on Mimikyu to find its way to Venusaur, but that could be a tall order. We're gonna have to wait and see how this plays out. About 15 seconds left for final preparation. All these builds are in order. This is going on to game 3. This could be the last game of the set if Hashiras are not setting their hearts ablaze. Back on a loading screen, we pray for no crashes. That does tend to happen sometimes. There was a season where it just happened consistently. Good thing we're past those times. Everyone is ready here, and let's get started. We're gonna have Delphux and Squirtle at the bottom. Poor Bunny getting farm in the center. And up at top, we got Mimikyu and Vaporeon. They will be facing off against Blissey as the Chansey and Buzzwole. Back at the bottom, we're gonna have Mamoswine and Bulbasaur. Oh yeah, TR definitely has the advantage in bottom lane already. Speaking of advantage, back over at the top, Buzzwole's ready for the 920 Xatu. Punching away. There's that Mega Punch. Yep, there it is, but Cinderace is here. That's a faster clear than the Palmont. Palmont's not very far behind. Cinderace is going to have some position here. Trying to get this contested farm. It will secure it. Another Mega Punch secure. The jungler is here. It is a 3-on-3 up top. Positionings are being made. B's in 5. Also getting that boosted ready. And our Mega Punch is coming in. Down goes Mimikyu. That's not good. TR got the farm and they got the KO. They won this round. Back at the bottom, it looks like TR has the advantage down here as well. They're about to reach level 5. Can they get this secure? Yes, they can. We got a Swine. Oh, we got a World Title now here too. Things are evening out. Back over at the top for TR. I got that Mimikyu attacking away, keeping people out. It's about to be Regidrago over here. Mammo's already there, providing vision. I think it has vision on Cinderace. We're gonna have a not so healthy Ivysaur. Gonna have to pull back here. Mammo is ready to go in on that Cinderace. It has the backup of his jungler. There's another dive. Cinderace gonna have to back up, but here's Mimikyu. It is now a 2-on-2. Scratch that, making it a 3-on-3. All the teams are folding in. KOs are going down. Hashiras are holding strong. Now it's just time for cleanup. Down goes Mimikyu. This Palmont is going live. Level 8, there's no one who can stop it. Another KO on Vaporeon, and Depth. Ace. Palmont. Light work. Holding it down for TR. They're going to carry this momentum over at the top. Getting some more farm, spreading the love. Buzzwole's about to be level 8 soon. Punching away that Vaporeon. Don't look at this objective. You got bigger things to worry about. Like me. Yep, stay away. What did I tell you? This is our objective. Yep, there's that Palmont brawling in. We got Vaporeon on the flip turn, but it can't quite escape this Palmont. It is brawling. There's that Thunder Punch. Everybody's getting that bottom objective here, but we're going to get that 40 in. Yep, massive scores here. Math has been done, and down goes Bad Baneri. That's another KO. Another push is being made to top. They got all those scores in. Score is 135 to 179. Down goes Mimikyu. More jungle, more wins, more dubs. Give me this red buff. Is that a Cinderace I see? Get him out of here. Hey guys, look what I found. Also just lifting the ult. Somebody's at a double KO. It's time to make you pay. Triple KO for Cinderace. Back at the bottom, Blastoise holding it down, biding its time, ready to get level 9. Time to surf away this farm. Not before that Solar Beam, though. Another fight's gonna be happening down here. We're gonna leave Mimikyu towards the top. To get level 9, they're gonna need it for the bound property. There's another Solar Beam. Hashiras are taking major damage and they don't have a support. Wait, they do have a support. I'm looking at a Vaporeon, but I believe it's Flip Tournament Muddy Water, not Aqua Ring. That might be costly. 39 score on the top. Buzzwole fighting up against Mimikyu. Mimikyu ulting the Buzzwole. Buzzwole can't quite get away. What? It will. Whiff on the Shadow Sneak. Back towards the bottom here. Yep, we just have both teams feeling each other out, spacing each other out, waiting to try to get an opening with all their damage. Bottom pads are maintained at a relatively even score, at the bottom pads at least. There's another Solar Beam. These are adding up very quickly. Mamoswine going in on the backline there. There is the Blastoise ult. Followed by a Mamoswine ult. Backed up by the Buzzwole. Cinderace is gonna have to back up here. Fireworks fizzle out, but down goes Blastoise. Cinderace trying to get what it can with the ult. What? Vaporeon's gonna pay the price. Yep. There is a Solar Beam secure. Nope, just the boosted there. TR making a play for T1. Here comes the Surfing Blastoise, but it's being met with a Solar Beam. Cinderace trying to get a pick here, but it's getting uppercutted by Buzzwole. Down goes Blastoise. Oh, Vaporeon is next is being used as a battering ram. This entry damage from Venusaur is adding up very quickly. All the fights that the Hashiras are doing, they're being done at basically half health. And no one to heal them up, to keep them fighting, to keep them competitive. Looks like Venusaur and Blissey are looking for a back cap. Here's gonna make a push over at top, and yep, indeed, there is that back cap of 88 points. Back at the top, Palmot secures the Regieleki. It is 3:15. It's almost time for Groudon. Regieleki is gonna walk down in as the 6th man of TR. TR now gonna secure this Regidrago here. They might be able to score through the buff speed it provides. Buzzwole providing vision here. Controlling space at the center early. It has eyes on Mimikyu. That means the entire team does. Buzzwole's out of position here. It's gonna pay for this one. Buzzwole used an eject. That was, I don't agree with that one. You need an eject for your combos. Hashiras are gonna take space over at the bottom here. Looks like they're gonna try to force a fight for some levels here. Or not, they're just gonna take the positioning. Now wait, a fight is gonna assume. Vaporeon and Blastoise on the floor. No, Blastoise gets his canceled. There's that surf. But oh no, it's time for Solar Beams. Major damage here. 2:15, the clock is winding down. Folks, this is about to be the Groudon fight, and it's not happening at Groudon. It's happening at Registeel. Yeah, Buzzwole's going in. He's gonna get an execute there. Down goes Cinderace, way in the back. You are taking out 4 members out of the 5. This set is all but over. Palmot's already been ripping this objective. Vaporeon can't do much. And Solar Beam, and yep, Buzzwole with the secure. Well, all Hashiras can do now is hold the line, play some defense. They have to do without Vaporeon, though. And without Blastoise either. And without Mimikyu or Cinderace. Without anybody. There is no defense. This game is all but over. Yep. Shot in the back of the head. Well, TR can literally put down the controllers. This set is done. What's happening here is just a formality. Groudon buff is no one's joke. Mimikyu getting Solar Beam out of existence. Ay, ay, ay. Groudon buff on Venusaur is nasty. Yep. That's all she wrote. And we'll just call it here. Let's not waste any more time. Checking the chat here. G-Boss asking how the game's going so far. Well, the games are over. This is a 3-0 and a handshake. TR is the champions of this set versus Hashiras. Checking out the final battle data here, 94 to 973. We got Crosshand TTV as the MVP once again. 15 KOs, 8 assists, 88 overall rating. But I would like to point out that Venusaur do be doing work. A lot of entry damage. This adds up. This creates passivity from the other team, and it gains confidence for Venusaur's team. And they were able to push with that. Let's see if we can get an interview over with TR. Uno momento, folks. All right, looks like an interview is about to happen. They hold on tight. People are coming in very soon from TR. All right, is anyone here from TR?
Yo, yo, yo.
All right, you're here. Looks like you're going to be able to do the interview with me. We're on a timer. So yeah,
all right.
Congrats on the games here. Good stuff. Let's talk about Venusaur for a second. Venusaur was passed around like a hot potato. First one was on their team. Well, first one was on your team, then it was on their team. Now it's back to your team. How are you guys feeling about Venusaur this current patch?
It's crazy broken.
Yep. I agree.
They can just poke down the enemy team before they can even do anything. Like one shot entire teams is crazy, bro.
Yeah, like the engage is crazy. Like they start at half health at least.
Exactly.
Yeah, good stuff there. I'm surprised nobody banned it. That's. I believe your bans are mostly Sirfetch'd, Umbreon, and what was the last one usually?
Either Zap, I think, or Duck, one of the two.
Let's talk about those. What were you guys trying to avoid there with those bans?
Well, Fetch is still really like pretty decent into a lot of lot of mages and ADC.
He's surprisingly bulky.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with the Fetch. And Umbreon's just broken in general. It's still like a really contested pick in any meta. So we'd rather just not play against it.
I see. Looking back at the game 2 during the Groudon fight, you guys you guys were playing Greninja that game. It was starting out. They had Venusaur. You guys had your eye on the prize there. You had Greninja getting the jump on the Venusaur to swing the team fight in your guys' favor. Was that improvised, or was that pretty much the gameplay going into the ground on fight?
That was low-key improvised. Whenever our defender or support just says, yeah, we're going in, we're just going in. No questions asked, we just do it.
Yeah, I was like discussing that you guys did have gap closing options. You guys had the champ with submission, and you guys also had Greninja with its ult and smoke screen, so it just flew right in and on the right target, and it was able to secure it. So good stuff there.
Thank you, thank you.
So yeah, you guys were able to beat Hashiras this week. Is there any teams you guys are looking forward to next week?
We're looking for the run back with Shopify.
Oh yeah, I am looking forward to that too. Can't wait to cast that one.
Oh yeah.
It'll be an epic contest here. Well, you guys already know the deal. This will be published on the Twitch and YouTube respectively very soon. Look forward to that. We're going to have to keep this interview short. I have another engagement I have to get to. That will be also streamed very soon. Congratulations once again to TR. Quick question though, what does TR stand for? I don't know yet. Question. Nobody knows. That information was just lost to time. Really? Mm-hmm. Well, all right. I can't argue with that. So yeah. All right. Guys heard it here, folks. See you guys very soon. Say goodbye to chat, everybody. You galaxy brains, you smart boys and girls. Stay frosty. I'll see you very soon. Bye, chat.